Hi, thank you for checking out my channel and the Persona Rerun project. If you are enjoying it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with any friends who might be interested in Persona. I am also live on Twitch at twitch.tv/MacTheVoid, as well as have a coffee. Otherwise, we'll get right into it. Thanks. Beep, 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 beep. Got a text message. Hey, you free? It's still a holiday? And Tomochika would be available to level up, I believe. If not, I'll spend the night thinking about him, rather than waste one of the daytimes. I know that's like an event I could have, but I'm almost done with Suimitsu, which will be the first time I've ever done Suimitsus as well. Like, this is by far the farthest I've ever gotten. I think I've only ever gotten to like level 2 or 3 with him. So like, this is all new to me.
Prices are a bit lower today. Take a look if you have the chance. That what you want? All right then. That what you want? All right then. At this point, I think you've got the skills to handle anything in here. Well, take your time.
The slash boost is very tempting, but I think I'm gonna go with that.
You might find useful, so feel free. Take as long as you need. Everything look good here? Great, it's all yours.
I kind of like the extra 100 HP. I'm not gonna lie.
You've got the skills to handle anything in here. Well,
but that's a 40 difference, isn't it?
Great, it's all yours. That what you want? All right then.
That would have been pretty good as well. You know, minimalize. Magic plus 3. No, for the difference there.
Take as long as you need. At this point, I think you've got the skills to handle anything in here. Well, made up your mind. All right then.
Yeah, they're not worth the Mysterious Gata for anyone else besides me, where I'm already maxed out. I guess Legs version 100 and version 0. And Strength plus 3 would also be pretty nice.
At this point, I think you've got the skills to handle anything in here. Well, made up your mind. All right then. You finished? Be seeing you.
Yep, laters. Alright, Suimitsu, are you ready to max out? Yeah, really?
Hey, so about last time, let's go to Hagakure.
restaurant is filled with the familiar smell of fish.
My younger brother and I were twins, but not the kind that looked the same. He was the better looking one. Everyone called me the uglier Suimitsu. He always compared me to him, and I could never beat him in anything.
So it's not quite the same thing, but like I remember like it being joked around about with family for me of like how like my brother got the looks and I got the brains, right? Like he was the handsome one and I was the smart one, and like I know that like it is just a joke, and like and my dad would also make other jokes. This isn't a dad specific thing. They came from all different directions, but my dad also made other similar like jokes like that about, you know, appearance or whatever. Which if you're curious about, you know, there's gonna be some like camera Twin Peaks stuff coming out. I have camera stuff up on my VOD channel that's linked, so like, you know, it's not like I'm hiding what I look like, but I am very self-conscious about it, and have never really had a good body image. And like hearing that kind of thing really does mess you up, and it you know, my brother and I have had this discussion of hearing the opposite really messed him up as well. And like, you know, it didn't help that like, you know, I was largely a, you know, straight A student, or if I had B's, it was largely because I didn't turn in assignments rather than, you know, not scoring high and not understanding and, you know, doing stuff. And like my brother was a C student and like would be trying his best, and, you know, would sometimes get B's or whatever, but like getting compared to that where, you know, I was the first child, like it wasn't good for him in that sense either. And so like, yeah, we both had like inferiority complexes towards the other, which is like a rough place to be in. I think mine was much more of a complex than his was from how he described it, but it was never great, you know? And so I can relate to that a little bit. Even though like we're 6 years apart, so like not twins, and like I can imagine that'd be a lot harder if we were closer in age.
There was a time when I used to hit him for no reason. But even then, he still treated me like a brother. Then in middle school, we bought steamed buns. And then he died. Food poisoning.
Ugh.
They said the meat was undercooked.
Ugh, that's rough.
Just his bun though. Not mine. But I couldn't even cry. I actually felt relieved. I thought maybe they'll all finally stop laughing at me.
It's a terrible thought to have, but it's one of those things where like you're going to have those thoughts as well, alongside the grief, alongside, right? So like it is a terrible thought, but like it's not necessarily like his fault that he felt that way. He just needs to unpack it, which he hasn't yet, but it sounds like he's starting to. You know? I wish there was like a middle ground between that's terrible and that's understandable, I guess is what I mean to say though.
Thanks, but I know already. I was a terrible brother. At first, I tried to be more like him. I went to cram schools and did martial arts and everything. But I could never be as good, and eventually, I started to feel like people were laughing at me. The only time I feel safe is when I'm eating. All that matters is what's in front of me, and everything else melts away. See? That's what the Gourmet King really is. I only eat to run away from my problems. But if I
That's
keep
how a
this
lot of
up,
people
I'll
are.
never be able to replace
Especially
my
with
brother,
eating.
will I?
Yeah, I thank God both of these options are, you don't need to replace your brother. You're not a replacement for your brother. And like, if he truly like it'd probably still be good to get exercise and do stuff like that. But like, having a fitness routine that allows you to then go eat and allows you to indulge in that type of thing, like, I think that'd be a good thing for him to, in terms of being able to, like, he clearly understands flavor profiles. He clearly understands how to add to food and take away, like, whether he wants to become a chef or like a food journalist or, something like that, like, and play to his exact talents. Like he really, I think, could, if he didn't just, right now he's kind of coasting on it, and like, he's developing a skill set that I think he doesn't know he could transfer to a healthier way of living. And I don't just even necessarily mean in terms of, like, BMI or whatever, which is all, apparently bullshit as well, but like, that's a whole separate conversation. Like a healthier lifestyle mentally. He's developing a skill set that he could use to transfer over to that. But like, if he doesn't know that and doesn't know that he can utilize his skill set that way, then, like, does it matter? and so, like, I'm really glad that our option is, like, don't be replacing him, and like, food can be an escape, but you can also use that to make it a more permanent escape, not just like a momentary relief. You're irreplaceable.
You don't think anyone could replace me? Is that really how it is? I hear you. You're right. I can never be like my brother. We're two different people. How did I miss something so obvious? I can be pretty dumb sometimes. Thank you. Really, thank you so much.
His whole thing gets into something that, like, I don't know how to put it. It really bothers me. No, that's not it. Yeah, so, like, I still don't like him as a character, and sometimes you come across this where, like, the themes of someone's storyline, especially in Persona, where, like, the themes of a person's storyline and, like, the stuff that they're tackling is all really interesting and cool, and then the character that they're exploring it through sucks ass, right? Like, I think Mishima, another Moon confidant, who I won't get too into, kind of suffers from the same thing. But like, I always think it's so frustrating where, like, the character still sucks and doesn't have enough time, like, right now, like, this is the end of him, right? Like he won't have enough time to develop and let us see the changes that happens with him and, like, get us onto his side from this point. But everything, like, so I don't really like him, right? And I think that this is what I, in particular, but also what Shinji does well, is that, like, it presents a side of them as, and all these Moon ones are all about, like, a growth and a change that goes through a person in different side, right? Like, and I think that's why people struggle with them so much, is because, like, you have to start at a low point to get to a high point. But what I and Shinji do well is that, like, it gives us the chance to see them grow, see them change, and contrast them to who they were previously. And I don't think that Suimitsu and Mishima give us that opportunity to really see who they become, or who they become in one case is just not that interesting, which is a shame because I really like the themes of his storyline of like, I had this inferiority complex against this person who always treated me kindly even though I hated them because I felt inferior, and then they died, and I then had these terrible thoughts about them, but also, you know, had that conflicting feeling of like, you know, wanting to live up to them, and you know, that's still his brother. He's still gonna feel a certain way about, you know, his brother like that. In the positive sense, that leads to grief, as well as like in the negative sense that he just talked about, and especially since his brother always treated him kindly. And like that's really interesting right there. And then like in the loss of that grief, you try to live up to it and you can't, and so you run away and you fall into, his is like, I'm gonna say fall into addiction. His is food, but like people can become addicted to all sorts of things. It's not always drug related, and like certain personality types and certain brain chemistry can lead you to be more like have a higher likelihood to become addicted to things. I'm someone who like comes from bloodlines on both sides who struggle with that, so like, you know, I have to keep my head on a swivel, and I definitely am addicted to certain things, and it's about like making your addictions the least harmful that they can be in my case. But yeah, like falling into that, and like falling into the clutches of a cult, this thing that promises that if you bring them enough people, you will become your idealized self, rather than any kind of change within you. You're never going to become your best self if it's not motivated from within you. Like there's no external force that's going to make you better. There's no, oh, once we're done here, I'm going to be perfect. Like you need to drive that. That comes from inside of you, right? But like when you don't feel that self-worth, when you don't feel like when he tried that and it didn't work out for him, even, which makes it way more heartbreaking, right? Is that like he did try and then it didn't work out, and so that like any amount of like self-esteem or like self motivation in that way disappears, and then you fall into a cult for like how you project into the future, and in the present you just escape into whatever your addiction is, in his case food. And like that's, I think all of that is very cool and very interesting, and I love that it's explored. I just wish it like I don't like him as a character, and I know that's part of the point, but I think you can have a character who is struggling with these things and doesn't make shit jokes and doesn't like blubber, and I know that's part of the point of like comparing him to his brother, right? But like there's points that there's these things that shine out from him of like, oh, I wish they highlighted this aspect of him rather than his crash jokes and all of the stuff. Like weirdly, I think that with a lot of these, and this is a common complaint about 3, but it's a complaint about all of them, which is why Metaphor only has like 8, you know, links or whatever you want to call it, rather than the 10, is that like, oh, we have to cut the, you know, like there's so much filler in these, and like honestly, I think that he could have used more, but like that explored the more person side of him rather than like to borrow a phrase, the persona, you know, of the Gourmet King, of like, right, like we see flashes of it during the cult stuff, but like I know his character can't be like super likable because that defeats the purpose, but I think there's a way to explore it without having his character be as rating, I guess, you know? Because even in that last one leading up to this, it didn't do well. And you know, maybe if it was like, oh, we got to that last one at level 6 and then the last few are seeing his growths and slight backslides or whatever, maybe that's the answer. I don't know exactly. I think you could have had this exact thing but make him just slightly less annoying and have this be one of the best Links in the game, because all the stuff it's exploring is really cool and interesting. Or make the stuff that exploring more in your face, but like I don't know if I like that. But like we're only bringing up some of it right now, you know, which is its own thing. But like, yeah, whatever. I think I've said most of my thoughts on it. Then Dolphin.
Oh, I know this is sudden, but I'm relieving you of your duties as the Gourmet King's Royal Guard. You're fired because you're the new king. All hail Gourmet King the Second!
Gourmet license? He made a little license for me. Oh, that's cute,
the restaurants
though.
in the strip mall gave this to me because of how often I eat there.
Oh, he didn't even make it. He's giving me his personal one.
Time. But one day, I will become
That's
the true Gourmet King.
that's even sweeter.
I think I'll become a food critic. It'll be my job to eat. I'm gonna become a food
Yeah,
master.
exactly. Turn that into
Then when I
your
die and go to
like
the
a
afterlife,
permanent escape.
I can face my brother. And then I can tell him I was the best at something for once in my life. So until I reclaim my crown, you can hang on to it. I may have lost my title, but someday I'll make my grand return as Gourmet King III. That's my promise to you. And to my little brother. Huh. I've been talking so much about my brother, but I'm okay. My memories didn't make me sad and hungry this time.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I've suddenly gotten very hungry
realized how good
with
the
this last
ramen
conversation
tastes here.
too, and I wonder if that's related to me wanting to eat away my problems. After seeing me to finish bowl after bowl of ramen, I went back to the dorm.
Oh, welcome back.
I've been seeing a lot of graffiti and creepy posters around lately, and a lot of people have been acting weird too. I wonder if it's somehow related to Nyx. Hey, let's go to Tartarus. A month's gonna fly by, you know. Okay, so slight change of plans. As I'm sure some people may have noticed, the Persona 3 DLC episode I guess went on sale. And so I did get that, so that's probably gonna sneak in ahead. That and Persona 4 Ultimax and Persona 5 Strikers are all gonna probably sneak ahead of the Yakuza project. You know, those will be less complicated to record. I'll be able to get ahead on the Yakuza one, so that'll work out. That said, I do specialize in playing games the wrong way. That's kind of my brand, if you will. So again, if you have any suggestions on how to do it wrong, let me know. But otherwise, I'll just be playing those very normally and be releasing them in you know, chronological order. Alrighty, now the admin's taken care of in the middle of, oh hey Akihiko, didn't expect you to be available tonight, huh? But are we finally gonna eat now that that's taken care of? Is that what that's saying? It's a new year already, but I still intend on keeping my word. I know it's a busy time, but let's go grab a meal together. Alrighty. There you are. Are you free now?
Yes.
All right. Have you decided where you want to eat?
All right. I think
it's finally time for me to pay you back for everything.
I see you two are together again today.
Kurosawa-san, I don't usually see you around here. Is there something wrong?
No, I'm just helping patrol the area. You might have noticed already, but the city's been feeling a little different lately. We can't be sure what'll happen. Make sure not to stay out too late.
Thanks. You be careful too.
I will. At any rate, this is perfect timing. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Recently, your friend here has been bothering me about my work. I don't know what he's up to, but I'm hoping you might have an idea.
He looks up to you, which is very funny, and I'm sure that's why it's in there.
Oh, you thinking of becoming a police officer?
No. Well, I haven't really thought that far yet. I just figured I should get to know you better, Kurosawa-san, since you've done so much for me.
I've had my
That's
eye
kinda
on this
right
guy
then.
For a long time, but I have to say, he's changed a lot this past year. Is this your doing? If it is, then I hope you'll keep looking after him. He has a tendency to get himself into trouble when you're not watching. Oh, and just to illustrate what I mean, at the end of last year we had an incident where a large number of gang members were found knocked out at Naganaki Shrine. It seemed to be the result of a fight, but no matter who we asked, they all claimed it was their own fault. The attacker is still unknown. We thought it might have been a clash with another gang in the area, but some of our sources suggest there were only 2 culprits.
What
The
sources?
most surprising part is no one found at the scene had any actual injuries. It's kind of unbelievable considering their sheer numbers. Whoever did it must have been pretty skilled. But in the end, the victims were just a group of infamous punks. They probably pushed their luck one too many times and got what was coming to them. It's very likely the other side acted in self-defense. And with no injuries, we probably don't need to pursue this case any further.
You're dropping it? That seems irresponsible.
I have no idea why the two of you would look so relieved to hear this. I may be an officer of the law, but I'm a human being first. If there are those with integrity who know how to use the power they're given, then I'm not above helping that cause.
I mean, that's
I
not
think I'm starting
great
to see
either.
the path I need to take. Thank you, Kurosawa-san.
I haven't done anything to deserve thanks. I was just musing to myself. Things may have turned out fine this time, but you'd better avoid pulling a stunt like that again. Nowadays, it's becoming more common for goons like them to carry guns. Maybe it's inevitable given how connected the world is, but things just seem more dangerous lately.
I don't think I don't like any of these responses, really. Sonata can handle it.
I don't know about that. Against a gun, you'd have to feint and approach from the side. Nothing abroad, though. Now that's a thought. I'll have a lot of freedom once I graduate. It might be fun to see how far my fist can take me.
There he goes again. Jokes aside, you certainly get a lot of opportunities when you're young. I do miss that sometimes. Maybe the 3 of us can get together for a drink someday. Well, I'll be on my way.
It's really interesting that they've worked Officer Kurosawa into so much of his stuff. You know, knowing what we know, it's Liam O'Brien, same voice actor,
No matter
but
what path I take, I intend to keep on fighting. But I'm sure there are some things out there I won't be able to do alone. That's why someday, I want to become a leader just like you. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. We've got a job to do before that. I'm gonna protect you and all my friends. I'm gonna fight for our futures. And I'm gonna be the big brother she'd be proud of. That reminds me, I should give these to you before I forget.
hand wraps.
Go ahead and use those if you want. I'll teach you how to wrap them later.
Is there a reason for this?
no particular reason. But if you have those on, they'll stabilize your grip on your weapon during battles. Just take them for now. They're what let me use my fists to their full potential. In a way, you do the same thing for me. All right. How about we end the night on a high note with some good eating? Anything goes today, so don't be shy. I'll be taking care of the check.
You sound like an old man.
Do I? Kurosawa-san told me it'd put us on better terms if I said that. Well, I'll work on it. You and I will be going strong for years to come. Just call this a practice run.
Aw, that's sweet.
All right, let's go.
The two of us ate and had a spirited discussion about the upcoming battle. I can now fuse Horus, the god of the skies. I was unfortunately spoiled. Not that's what this would do, but when I was looking up whether to like, was it yesterday, a couple days ago, whether to get the Tonbiri or not, like I found out that like Michael, the Archangel, you're only able to fuse Michael if you complete Ken's storyline. And so I was like, oh, some of these fusions are hidden behind these linked episodes. Which sucks, because fuck Ken, but means we're not getting that in this playthrough. There has to be someone I haven't checked up on yet. I should go see them. Morgana's here. Maybe he knows where everyone else is.
Hey, you have a minute?
Oh, it's Morgana's old voice, huh? You looking for someone? Haru. She's just thinking about setting up a shop in Kichijoji. She went to inspect the new location with the president. She sure looked happy for doing a bunch of busy work. Sorry, but is all you need? I kind of want to be alone. How's your fantasy? It looks like they're closed for New Year's? Okay. I was really curious to know what their fantasy was like right now. Alright, so now I can skip farther ahead, so I don't have to keep walking into the same area. Mac, what a coincidence. We were just doing a bit of shopping. But soon we're gonna celebrate our dad receiving the Superintendent General Award. That's unbelievable. Come on, Makoto, you don't need to raise your voice over it. Remember Dad telling you earlier to just act like it's no big deal? I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm just so thrilled for him. It's like he's finally getting the recognition that he deserves.
You're correct.
Well, I do feel the same way. So, what groceries do we need to pick up before we head home? I wonder what Dad would like me to cook. I made eggplant miso soup for your birthday. You had fried mackerel on yours, right? I can still remember how you pestered Dad about it until he cooked it for you.
Hey!
Sis, I didn't pester him. He asked me what I wanted to eat for my birthday. The two of them are beaming with joy. It seems this is the reality. This reality is the one that Makoto wished for.
That reminds
I mean, I imagine size is also very similar because she had to give up so much in order to become the successful prosecutor that she is in order to take care of her sister, right? And like that's part of what drove her to have her palace and warp desires and to want to keep winning and succeed in that space and like set up her sister for that success to the point of being detrimental. But like so I imagine that they're actually both sharing this fantasy. I don't think It's just Makoto, and I don't think that like her sister here is necessarily a reflection of that fantasy. I think that with the knock-on effects of the dad being around, they would have been able to become closer and be like, rather than like a guardian and, you know, ward, it would be like two actual sisters, you know. That reminds me, Mac, what brings you out here? Sorry to keep you like this, by the way. I came to see you. Hey, is something the matter? Enjoying the family time? Well, of course. Has your dad been supportive? Because I think her and Sai at this point would be getting along anyways. I think is like what I'm really driving to you right now. My dad, of course. He's done such a great job as a single parent and...
No, but...
Wait, something's wrong. Mom died, so dad raised us alone. And sis... I'll be waiting for you. That's gonna be my go-to. Wait, what are you saying? But I'll be okay. I finally found a place where I belong. I just... Makoto, what's wrong? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's nothing. Sorry, Mac. We have more shopping to do. I'll see you later.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. We'll chat again soon. I guess I should head home. This reminds me of having to go do all the New Year's greetings with all of our links in Golden. The Shrine of New Year's, but I don't have any wishes. Isn't my dog cute with a kimono and hakama? Hey, didn't your dog... Oh, never mind. Oh. My New Year's money? I'm gonna use it on mommy, of course. I need my teacher to look over my work soon. Makoto seemed happy being able to spend time with both her father and her sister. Is this truly how things should be? I should check up on the other members tomorrow. He looks like he's in pain. Yeah, I think it's a cold. Winter around here can be pretty unforgiving. Looks like the ski trip's gonna be pushed back. There's no point in going without Mac after all. So, why'd you put him under a kotatsu? Isn't that supposed to be bad for you? Huh? Well, why not? A kotatsu is great when you're shivering from the cold.
Uh-huh.
That's the cold, not a cold. Winter vacation will be over soon. Yes! Something to do! Let's go! Hi, it's me. Do you have time to talk? It's okay. Would you like to do something today? Yes, I would love to do something, Mitsuru. I would love to do anything. Get me out of the house. Okay, Polonia Mall, Kiriki Studio Mandragoria. You're having a good time hanging out with Mitsuru. It's nice to let loose and sing every once in a while. Although, I can't hit the high notes. Still, I had fun trying. Mitsuru seems to be enjoying her day off. Look at the time. I suppose we did elect to buy the 3-hour package. As I say, time flies when you're having fun. Mitsuru seems disappointed. It'll be getting dark soon. Shall we head back? Let's say a little more. Is that so? Well, perhaps it won't be dark for a little while longer. Then shall we walk around a little more? Mitsuru seems happy. Your friendship seems to be getting stronger. Aw. Recall that you have something you can give as a present. Sweets that I made. Will you like this chocolate truffle? Did you make this? This is delicious. Your skills are a match for patissier. Is it? No. How do you say that? Patisser. No, yeah, it'd be patissier, right? At a fine hotel. You are indeed skilled. Thank you for giving this to me. Listen, I've only ever seen the word. I've never had to say it out loud before.
Oh, hey!
What's up? They really creep me out. Nix must be affecting everyone's mind. We should go to Tartarus. One's gonna fly by, you know. Is it? I'm unaware.